Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome back for some ABL Worlds. And we have a bit of a double header coming to you right now. Recon 5 Violet will be taking on the top seeds of Group A. Top seeds, the top of Group A, Lakeside Gaming, who currently sit 2-0. And as I said, it's a double header, so we will be seeing Recon 5 taking the blue side for game 1. And then switching over to the red side for game 2. I'm your play-by-play caster Milky Cyril, and joining me in the casting booth is the Recon 5. Actually, is it ex-Recon 5 coach now, Nalina?
I'm still technically part of the org, but I don't coach his team. So, sorta Recon, Nalina. Sorta.
I'm expecting a lot of inside information here, because we were talking before we came live that this is Recon 5 Violet, a team that you've had less involvement with, but we do have a Boom Hunter over on the side of Lakeside Gaming who used to be the Recon 5 support.
Yeah, so I can kind of say how he used to play, but I can't say much about this team because it is their college team, if I remember. But I've heard very good things about them, so I'm gonna be excited to see. And this might be a very exciting series because obviously having some insights to Recon. I know Violet is a very entertaining team to watch, and they are just coming off a big win from Nightfall, so we'll see if they can get rolling here in Group A and get this win over Lakeside.
Well, we are in picks and bans already, and the hovers coming through as Riot have changed everything up. The original 40 champions are now weird drawing pictures.
Except Italy and Cassio, apparently. Everything, some of them are weird, but we're seeing Nasus, very standard ban, which is weird to say, but I know Black Dog's best champion is Nasus, so they're not going to have anything to do with that. Heimerdoodle's best champion is Nidalee. We're seeing Ashe, Cassio, and Lee, so those are pretty solid ban. A Teemo ban? Is that an actual Teemo ban?
Yeah, why not ban the Teemo as well while we're at it, as the turret is being hovered. And I don't know now whether the teams are just hovering champs because they want to pick them, or just because there's a weird, cool new art to the champs.
Yeah, that's true. Usually I would have a lot to say about like potential meta picks. Oh, go ahead.
Nalina, apparently the Teemo was a Caitlyn ban. And Recon 5 does pick Caitlyn.
That is awkward.
Okay, so apparently Caitlyn is Xayah now.
Xayah, okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to go for the Xayah Kai'Sa trade. We'll see if Lakeside wants to take Recon away from them. No, they are not. So Violet's going to have a chance to take Recon. They're actually going to also see the jungle matchup. Interesting. Usually you don't see Rek'Sai until extremely later on because he's a counter pick to some meta champion like Lee Sin or Jarvan. So we'll see. He could get outranged here by a lot of other junglers. We'll see. So we're gonna see Xayah Morgana. Interesting.
I actually quite like this here, Nalina, because usually with the Kai'Sa you go for something with a little bit of aggression, like a Nautilus, maybe even Leona sometimes, otherwise maybe a more sensible Braum. But this Morgana quite good at stopping those engages. Will give a little bit of extra protection to the Xayah.
Yes, but they probably won't have as much punishing tools to potentially go aggressive, but I think it is a good defensive tool, especially since Faye, I know, is one of Violet's best players to do a lot and giving her a lot more room. As we see Talia, I did mention that Rek'Sai can get outranged and they're going to answer with a long range mage in the jungle.
But I've been seeing Talia mid popping up here and there, so that could technically be a flex bet, although
I think Heimerdoodles is a really good Talia. I do know that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He played against Recon White, a team I coached previously with Talia, and absolutely destroyed that game by himself. So I would be surprised if it's a mid, as we're gonna see a Shen, a very interesting pick and ban. Really early picks. I think Shen support possibly. It's not bad in Xayah.
Well, it could be the Shen support. It could be Shen coming through in the top lane. We'll have to wait and see for what Recon 5 Violet want to be picking up in the top lane. Still got a few things available, such as the Kled and the Renekton and the Gangplank. So expect a couple of those to be banned out as we do enter.
No one likes Garen, or no one likes...
Oh no, don't mention Garen here, Nalina. This is
so good.
It's a Garen free zone.
I think even though Garen has been historically bad in competitive or team play, I think Garen right now in this spot is a very interesting pick. So, oh, we even forgot Pantheon. Pantheon's been, I know,
And the
pretty
Kale as
strong.
well.
Yeah, Kale's really interesting. Kale for Violet I think would be bad against Shen, but it could be good for Lakeside, because especially since they have a lot of frontline already.
And the final ban coming through for Recon 5 Violet. Don't forget that Caitlyn pick is a Xayah, and the Renekton will be the final ban. So your favorite Garen is available here, Nalina. But
Yeah,
we could.
I'm gonna be interested if they want to take it. I mean, could be a struggle sometimes in lane, but when he goes to his split pushing mode, it's so hard to deal with. So, gonna be interested to see what Lakeside picks up here. Probably their mid laner, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Vladimir, the likes of the Vladimir is available.
Vladimir,
That would be
Nico.
Nico.
Interesting. That's a champion we haven't seen in quite a bit of time. I'm kind of.
Oh, Nico is Karma. Nico is Karma.
Okay, because that makes sense. Because Nico in this game would be tough because they don't have great hard engage, so her follow up would be minimal. But Karma makes a lot more sense. It can be flexed to mid and support, so they can still flex these lanes around.
And top.
Yeah, and top too. I forgot. Karma top is still popular. Kiana, we forgot about this OP champion. This champion's ridiculous. She just does a ton of damage, does max health damage for some reason, can assassinate anybody, has a CC that just follows you even if you flash, so pretty good pickup for Violet. So what are they gonna top? It's gonna be top lane, I think. Something that has to be good against Shen.
But again, it's going to be the Ornn, which, you know, a fair bit of early game power can find a couple of those solo kills. And now it's kind of the moment of revelation. Where is this Karma? Where is the Shen going? And what do Lakeside Gaming want to pick up? How will they want to form their team? And it's going to be the Lissandra.
Interesting. So I thought they had a really good scaling, but now with Lissandra, Kai'Sa, and Karma, well, with Kai'Sa they have good late game, but since with the Rek'Sai and Lissandra, their scaling isn't going to be very strong against the Ornn. So, but I don't necessarily think they have great lanes. Like Lissandra's a counter to Kiana, but it's not a hard counter where you can say, oh, Lissandra's gonna just get a bunch of solo kills and be able to snowball the lead or get a CS lead. And no, I mean, it's a good stable lane, but it's just gonna be up to Rek'Sai then to make early plays for the team that can eventually snowball. But Talia is one of the best early game gankers and setups in the entire game, so it's really interesting. I feel like Lakeside needs to either get a good enough lead early or stay even in the mid game to get these mid game fights, and then potentially try to avoid as much as possible scaling into this Kiana, Ornn, Xayah, Morgana.
I want to go back to the draft. I know it's completed, but something I wanted to mention is that, you know, Lissandra is a good counter pick into Kiana, sure, but a very strong counter into Kiana, which I happened to cast on a couple of days back, was actually, as you mentioned, Nalina, the Garen, and
yeah,
that Kiana. Oh
yeah.
My god. I felt bad for the Kiana in that game. Was just dishing out full combos.
That's actually a really good point. If they actually pick Garen, the Garen W has what, 60% tenacity against Kiana, Ornn, Morgana binding, Xayah binding. That would actually have been a pretty decent pick. So maybe they don't play it. I mean, Garen mid is kind of something.
Who can't play Garen though? Let's be honest, Nali.
Well, I did feed my first time playing Garen mid, I won't lie, in a silver game, but I carried later, but yeah, so I mean, I guess in a rain, well, it's against me. Well,
Nali, our producer Nick, who can only play Ashe, could probably play Garen and not look terrible on it, right? So
very true. So I guess I am just extremely bad.
Yes, you are a terrible player for sure.
Terrible player that cannot play Garen. So this is going to be Shen top against Ornn. That's actually interesting. I thought
Yeah.
Karma could have been. I really Karma is
I
good.
like
against
Karma
the-
into Ornn, yeah.
Yeah, Karma's good into Ornn. It's good into Morgana, but I think with a Kaisa it doesn't give you much because you're not really gonna poke with Kaisa. I thought Karma with Klepto could just free farm against the Ornn and then be able to scale up to utility items to get to that mid game. So I thought that would have been better, but no, I thought Shen would have been perfectly fine to just sustain the lane out. I guess it really depends on where they want to play through, because now it looks like they want to play through bot. But I don't know if that makes sense against Morgana. I think it's quite strange.
And I want to go back to this point. I want to go to this point that you're mentioning about where each side wants to play, because Driggs has picked up the Rek'Sai, but you know, you look towards this bot lane from Recon 5 Violet, and as you mentioned, you don't really want to gank against this Morgana, and Kiana has a couple of escape tools, and if Driggs can't find those early kills, can't get ahead on the Rek'Sai, he's going to be looking so much worse for wear. And as you mentioned, the scaling is not on Lakeside's side.
That's also why I thought Karma could have gone top, because they actually do. Ornn isn't that tanky, and Karma can outlast an Ornn with just some poke, and Ornn really can't match the poke back. So I thought they could have had a lane to play through with the Ornn towards top if they sent the Karma top, but with Shen, I think Ornn wins that matchup, right? Even with the auto, you can't, even with the auto negate, the max health damage from the W should completely outtrade against the Shen and his Qs. So.
If Ornn is using, what do you call it, the Flame Breath, can he get taunted? Because I think the Flame Breath disables any disables.
Yeah, I think they moved back the Unstoppable right on it. So, but it's only in the beginning. So yes, I think after it depends on how long the Shen duration is, but I don't think you can get taunted from it. Yes, basically. I think you can also dodge Rek'Sai W. So this game, if the once Ornn gets some tank items, probably some armor items, and Shen loves to build AD, I think he's just gonna be unkillable and ungankable, which actually just limits the Rek'Sai movement a lot. I guess he's just going for just try to counter jungle Heimerdoodles as best as possible, then probably go for dragons. I think with pushing bot lane, they can't kill bot lane, but they can push bot lane, which they could set up for some dragons and some eventual maybe Rift Herald plays before the next patch comes around. Which is going to be preseason, which is really exciting. But yeah, does Lakeside have other options? I mean, they can roam with Lissandra for a 4v2 dive bot later. Yeah, this Morgana pick just turned out to be a really good blocker for what Lakeside kind of want to do.
Well, there's a lot to look forward to. Xayah picking up the teleport as well. 2 TPs versus 2 TPs. Rue on the Kiana with the cleanse will be rotating a lot. We'll have to see whether he has gone for the Predator boots or not. However, ladies and gents, we're going to be heading into a short break. I've been hearing my producer laughing at random points and smashing the keyboard, so I need to find out what's going on. Make sure you stay tuned, because we'll be right back with the third game of the day. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 3 of the day. Game 1 between Recon 5 Violet and Lakeside Gaming as we enter what is Day 2 for Group A. Recon 5 Violet sitting second equal with First Blood Marauders. Lakeside Gaming, though, 2-0 in the group. However, these two teams are yet to face, and this could change the outlook of the group. If you haven't already, do hit us up with a follow and a subscription over on Twitch. All of the proceeds go towards making the cast and the production even better. And don't forget, you can also bet some juicy points on which team you think is going to win the game. But Nalina, we've seen the draft. Which draft do you personally prefer here?
I think Violet has the easier one to kind of play. I think it's just very standard kind of team fight where, you know, you play around your ultimates, you play around your AD carry and your Talia backline that will do much more damage than the backline of Lakeside. And I think Lakeside has to kind of get a lot more, try to get more done early game, but one thing I'm really worried about is taking Electrocute for Lissandra. That makes her extremely vulnerable to kind of these early ganks. Just one route from Kiana into a W combo from Talia, and she's probably just dead.
Yeah, we'll have to watch out for Heimerdoodles. This is something that we were hyping up, you know. If Heimerdoodles can land the seismic shove, so much damage will come through and so much potential. Speaking of picks, the Dark Binding gonna land in the bot lane, but Faye decides just to keep the focus on to the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, she even took the Guardian, so they're just gonna be focusing on just trying to survive the lane as best as possible, not take as much focus. So just kind of being a little aggressive, so taking a little bit, but they should be alright. As we're gonna see an interesting pass. So from red for Talia, from red to chickens to Krug. That's a very new one. So he might just be backing early, kind of like a pseudo predator route without taking predator, and maybe just trying to get early jungle items to kind of help us clear.
Or maybe just running around randomly through the jungle. It's a bit like how I play jungle. I'm like, okay, what's the next camp that I can see that's close to me? Just run it.
Actually be right. You're right. He's gonna be running around in the jungle here, and now he's gonna be looking for the mid gank. But a good ward, I think, to see it out, and should be ready for it. Yep. So we're gonna be able to avoid that.
I can just about understand every position in League, but for some reason, whenever people talk to me about jungle pathing, my brain just switches off, and I'm just like, just who cares about jungle pathing? Just go take stuff and gank people.
I think jungle in the highest level is probably the most unique role, because it requires probably the less amount of mechanics. You don't really have to worry about CSing or trading. You just have to worry about the decisions you make. But in the jungle, every decision you make is so impactful, as we potentially could see an invade. No, so the Rek'Sai is going to be able to actually get a full play, as we're going to see it aggressive
Engage
play.
coming through the mid lane. Here comes Heimerdoodles with a threaded volley. The focus onto Young Rose, but he won't be able to get out with the Glacial Path in the bot lane. Dark Binding not going to be able to land, and it's just going to be the one killed in the mid lane.
Use Ignite there, so that's gonna take a lot of that kill pressure off. Even now, if Rek'Sai ganks, that's if they are able to get it back off, that means the bot lane for Violet's gonna be extremely safe, which is gonna be really limiting for Lakeside. And we're gonna see a
quick look at replay, yeah?
Yeah, so we're good. I mean, we talked about it. Taking Electrocute is extremely dangerous. You're gonna they have two burst champions in the Kiana and Talia. So before even the Talia was there, she just got blown up by the Kiana. Very OP champion, and couldn't do anything about it.
As in the bot lane, another Soul Flare will come through, just finding a little bit of poke onto that Morgana, as Void Seeker will be able to find its mark, and the Dark Binding lands onto Boom Hunter.
Yeah, now this is not good. Losing mid priority. If Kiana gets even more ahead, then the roams from Kiana are going to be extremely
Blade Caller's going to be able to find the CC. Will they go all in? Oh, Dark Binding misses its mark. The Soul Flare will land onto Faye, but it's just a trade for now.
Big trades, but he has TP, so this is going to be favorable for Violet. And without the Ignite, they're not going to have so much kill pressure as we're going to see. A very interesting pass. So Talia's able to get a kind of a full clear and then just going right back to her jungle. So it's going to be a painful clear, I'm pretty sure, because she doesn't have blue. But quite interesting.
Despite the first blood going over to the side of Recon 5 Violet, the gold is fairly even, just 200 gold in it. As all the Flame Breath gonna come through, but Stolen just about surviving it.
Yeah,
Oh no, Call of the Forge God, how good is the fancy footwork? Well, it's not good enough, but he'll stay alive. I mean, I don't see what the point of the Call of the Forge God was, if he's not going to commit on it, but I'm sure Black Dog knows what he's
a little ambitious. I mean, I guess to stop his back for a little bit, but he already has TP, and now he doesn't have anything to really stop a Shen teleport, or not Shen teleport, the Stand United, so now that is going to be something that teams are going to have to respect, especially Heimerdoodles when he's thinking about these ganks, the Shen ulti. Without Ornn ulti to stop it, it's going to be a huge threat to turn around these potential ganks.
Yeah, and that Standing Knight could work really well onto Driggs when he does decide to use the Void Rush. That could be quite a nice combo to watch out for. First Drake of the game is a Cloud Drake, so probably not going to be seeing too much focus from either teams to this. Driggs may decide to go for it on that, early game Rechtside, but
top lane.
Heimerdoodles is a top side, and Stolen's playing aggressive, will get knocked up by the Searing Charge. Stolen, what can he do? He has to be able to sidestep Threaded Volley, not going to be able to find his smoke. Out comes the Unraveled Earth. Can they find a Seismic Shove? No, they can't, but Rue turns up, and he will steal the kill onto Stolen.
And there we go with that early kill with the Kiana, just being able to roam first on the play and just be able to secure that Shen.
So Dark Binding lands in the bot lane. The Tormented Soil will follow through, but it's just not quite enough damage. Meanwhile, aggressive play here from Heimerdoodles. The Stand Unite is going to come through. He's going to turn into a 2v2. That is a good Seismic Shove. Driggs flashes. Black Dog will flash to match and will pick up the kill. Stolen now playing aggressive. The Blue Smite will come through. Stolen, he dashes forward. It's not enough. Double kill going over to Black Dog, as that is a good Blade Caller in the bot lane. They find the CC onto Boom Hunter. Flash away from Swifter. Speaking of flashes, Young Rose picking up the kill as Seismic Shove not going to be able to find his markers. Plays all over the map. And it will be a 2-for-1 in the extended fight.
Yeah, but it's going to be a pretty big disaster for Lakeside, giving Kiana even more pressure.
And here we go with the replay.
Great replay here. The Shen ulti comes, but it's kind of late already, and Rek'Sai with no cooldowns left to join the fight, and Shen was not able to get the taunt immediately, so going to get the return kill. Oh, not the Shen, but it was kind of really close. Without the Shen to taunt the Talia or the Ornn immediately, they were just kind of blown up in the fight.
Yeah, and because of that fail Stand Unite, there's now a nice hefty 15 CS advantage for Black Dog, who was able to get off a much better back timing. He's 2-in-1, and he's picked up the Frozen Heart as well.
Alright, well that's a really bad item to buy, because it doesn't give you an Ornn upgrade.
Who buys that on?
You're supposed to buy Iceborne to get the upgrade. I mean, Frozen Heart, great later game item. It stops Ice up, it's kind of stops Shen, and Rek'Sai, but the Ornn items are just so efficient, just getting 1,000 worth of stats basically, and now you just gotta lose it on one item. Iceborne into maybe like Abyssal and then into Frozen Heart would probably have been much more preferable, but it is black.
Yeah, could have even potentially have gone for the Sunfire Gepard. I do think that has an Ornn upgrade as well. As you mentioned, the Gauntlet might be in a better shout. Is another Dark Binding going to be able to find its mark as Frodo Baguette taken down very, very low. However, Drake is in the top side of the jungle, and might be a couple of turret plays as another Dark Binding lands, and those are starting to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Lakeside was supposed to have pressure in this lane, but they're getting out-pressured by the Zaya and Morgana, which is already bad signs, because this is the one lane that they really wanted to win. And now if they get pushed in and poked out, and Kiana's just having priority, she can just roam down and probably just kill them too.
It's actually something that I noticed with the Karma. I know it's supposed to be a counter pick for against the Morgana, but I just don't like it in the matchup.
Yeah, I think you need a longer range AD carry that can support you, because just having
True.
Karma is ranged, but she's not as big of a range as like Morgana binding or like a Zyra, some other poke champion. She really relies a lot more on having a good, as we're gonna see a mid lane gank here.
Yeah, the Unraveled Earth will come through the engage. That is a good seismic shove, as Sandy Knight will follow through the Shadow Dash forward. Rue gets taken down pretty low. Prey Seeker won't find his smoke, but the Ignite will. Stolen will not steal the kill, as Boom Hunter picks up the kill with the Ignite.
And there we go, the Stand United, and as we talked about, can easily punish Timer Doodle moves, as the perfect timing, being able to get almost like the maximum shield because of how much missing health Lissandra got, so giving that huge burst of shielding to help her survive.
Yeah, 4 kills to 2 in favor of Recon 5 right now. We were talking about how, you know, despite Lakeside Gaming being 2-0 in the group, they did get their 2 wins against Grim Legion, whereas Recon 5 Violet had to play against First Blood Marauders, who, you know, these 2 teams were 2 teams that were expected to really challenge for this top spot. As in the top lane, Call of the Forge God comes through a good Shadow Dash to safety, sidesteps the W, but it's not enough because Black Dog picks up the kill regardless.
Wow, that did a lot of damage. As I do have to kind of question the Shunt item building here. If he's not going for Tiamat, he should be building MR against Ornn and Talia, but unfortunately, even dodging everything, just way too much damage coming out here.
Guess we'll take a quick look at a replay.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Forge God missing, Talia with isolated Qs with no minions around, this 300-400 damage plus electric Qs is just another 500, just a huge burst of damage. No way the Shen survived.
As Rue has picked up his Moby Boots, can start to rotate as Rift Herald has been started. In fact, Recon 5 Violet were able to pick up the Cloud Drake as well. And I think Boom Hunter might be a little bit late to the party as he engaged coming through in the mid lane. Oh, that's a good audacity from Rue. He will get slain by Young Rose as Shelly was secured, I do believe, and it will get spawned instantly in the top lane. However, Frodo Baguettes has just made his way over. Swifter is going to push forward, will find the Dark Binding. Soul Shackles are available. Actually, sorry, Soul Shackles are not available.
Okay, they're actually not gonna go for it. I guess the taunt was, I mean, not the taunt, the binding.
Oh, Searing Charge coming through the mid lane. Young Rose getting taken down low, the flash forward. Black Dog picks up the kill.
It's not every day you see an Ornn solo kill Lissandra, but that's exactly what happened as Black Dog does now have
the flash away.
Now,
close as you like.
Yeah, with 4 kills on Ornn, getting the top turret platings for bot lane, and just the snowball is just happening. It's getting completely out of control, and again, the scaling question is going to have to be come into question here. Lakeside is going to have to try to make something. They do have a really strong mid game that they can try to make plays from, but I really think they're going to have to take some risks here to try to get like that mid lane dive. I thought they performed perfectly, things like that to kind of help them get back into the game.
For some reason, it's only just occurred to me now what team Heimerdoodles used to play for.
Yeah, I think he was mentioning he used to be playing for TFT or Team Fish Tacos, and he was one of the big highlights I always remember for Team Fish Tacos, just being able to constantly make these early game games, which I think kind of fits Violet's playstyle perfectly, kind of like a chaotic early game to kind of lead eventually to a mid game. So we're going to see just a pushing around here and some ARAM happening, the NA ARAM classic that we like to talk about. I want to see what's going to be.
Here we go in the top side. The engage coming in, the frozen path forward, the blade caller finds his mark. So much damage, however, the self ultimate Young Rose Sandy Knight is going to come through. Do they have enough damage? CC onto the Zaya. The Shen ult's cancelled, but the Karma has turned up to pick up the kill. Killer instinct in. Frodo begins, finds the pick, and in the bot lane, Black Dog may have to pay for it with his life. Heimerdoodle so is going to turn up. Can he turn it around? Oh, the Shadow Dash away.
No mana for another Q, and wow. Even without Aftershock, that Lysandra survived for a hell of a long time. The Kiana, unfortunately, just wasting her ulti. I don't know if they weren't expecting the Lysandra to ult that early, but just kind of just a big waste of cooldowns. That even the Xayah used her best defensive tool, her Featherstorm, to just try to get the kill, and he got nothing out of it. And once the Shen ulti came with that big shield, and they had no damage left to basically, or no cooldowns even, to kind of burst her down.
However, with Lakeside Gaming on the top side of the map, it means Recon 5 Violet are free to pick up the second elemental trait of the game. And they will be able to do so with no contestation whatsoever. 1.5k gold in.
Is that a Magi I just noticed? That's a Magi's from Heimerdoodle's first item. Wow, alright. Well, he's trusting himself a lot in his positioning and to kind of just get a crap ton of damage done and get all these kills first.
We'll have to see whether he can. Pardon me. Case of the hiccups. However, we'll have to see whether he can make those Magi's work out for himself. As we mentioned, Heimerdoodle's quite a flashy player sometimes. As I was saying, the first time I ever casted on ABL was Heimerdoodle's taking on Moody, and it was a series where there was a lot of contestation for Needly. It was a very exciting set of jungle match.
Yeah, so now we're gonna see some 1-3-1 setup, which could be okay for Violet. I mean, their Ornn is extremely strong, luckily. Even if Ornn isn't the greatest with the champion, so could probably just create enough pressure. I guess there isn't much to do around the map except try to take control of the enemy jungle and maybe make plays with the Kiana. But unfortunately, can't get that mid tower, which is kind of what they're missing. So that is probably going to be the next contention point. Are they gonna need Baron to take it? That's gonna be interesting. Maybe having Kiana just push out that entire bot wave, 2 waves, and then try to just roam down the mid to put as much pressure on the tower as possible.
Oh, the collapse coming through onto the Morgana, and Swift gets deleted so quickly. That was
pick off, and Heimerdoodle's not even in position on a side lane to try to get something back for it, so that's just gonna be a free kill and probably just free lane priority in the mid lane. Potentially could pressure out this mid tower. So we're gonna see. Okay, not much happening. Kiana is gonna roam down, and Ornn is gonna roam down, and they did use. Alright, no, Lakeside's gonna back off.
Yes, this stream may contain shocking and graphic images. Please make sure to viewer discretion is advised. There we go. That's what I was thinking.
There we go. Yeah, so not much objective is gonna come back up till Baron in about 1.5, and that will be a very interesting position. I think both teams can kill Baron quite quickly, the Ornn damage and the Talia damage, and on the other side, having Isa is always gonna be a very good champion to deal with Baron, so it'll be quite interesting. I think Violet could actually be do really well baiting around Baron, because I think their team fighting, if they catch them in a choke point, is really strong with Ornn ulti and Kiana.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see them play a lot through Baron if they play optimally.
Mention that Baron is up in a minute. We've also got an Ocean Drake in 1.5 minutes, so that might be earlier point of contention as the Dark Mine is going to land. They're going to turn their attention to the Karma, and Boom Hunter will get destroyed as Driggs and Frodo is just too scared to step up.
Should be mid tower, and I don't think they do have some wave clear, but I think it's going to be quite difficult to ask, because no, they're actually just, are they backing up? No, they potentially are preparing for a dive with Talia wall.
Oh.
Zone.
Supreme display of talent. That was actually quite a nice combination, the Talia wall with the Supreme display of talent. Wasn't able to catch anyone quite out, as the Ice Shard will land onto Black Dog, but he can just walk it off fairly simply.
Might be something we'll see later, maybe in a Baron or a Dragon fight, but kind of a waste of Kiana ult in that scenario since they kind of just already backed off. But just gonna be able to get that mid tower, and that's gonna free up a lot of the map. Talia is gonna take the red buff. I have no idea why. Whoever takes red buff at 20 minutes with Talia, I don't know. Please give it to your AD carry. Yeah.
Another Dark Binding lands, but there is... Oh! That was a Mikhail's getting used by Boom Hunter there. I was about to say there's no follow-up for Recon 5, and then Karma just burns the Mikhail's.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty significant cooldown. That's not going to be up for the Dragon if they want to contest it. Looks like they aren't going to contest it. They're not really in position.
Also, we've had all the votes in, and Recon 5 Violet is the majority favorites, picking up roughly 75% of the votes.
This is quite interesting. I mean, Kiana is top right now, so this could be the one time where Kiana, since she can rotate over, can probably just get the Dragon for free, although that's a big chunk on the Shen. I mean, with Kiana binding, he can stop Shen ulti. That's an extra shield, and they are gonna go for it. Without the Kiana, that's a major team fight power, so we'll see if Violet can contest this.
Stolen is backing. Call of the Forge God will come through. Rue is going to cancel the back. And it is going to be Lakeside Gaming who pick up the Drake, and now the collapse coming through onto the Morgana. That's a good W. The flash over the wall. What a dark binding. The soul shackles to follow. Driggs will somehow survive, but he will die at the end of it as the feathers storm through. Flash over the wall. Heimerdoodles doesn't get the kill because it's a triple kill for Faye.
Yeah, disaster. Lissandra having to use the Lissandra ult to kind of keep herself alive, so that's just kind of bad because they just eventually just funnel into the Talia and just get immediately bursted out from the Magi, Rabadon to Talia. That did so much damage, just destroyed the fight, and after they're that low, that's just a fight for them. And even on the top side, we were just being able to stop Shen from recalling to get that Stand United off is basically a great fight to play.
And as our producer was excitedly saying, it's a Baron, it's a Baron! Yes, you are right, Nick. Baron is going to get secured. Recon 5 Violet in prime position now. 5.5k gold up. 4 kills up as well. And a clean fight. It looked for quite a while that Lakeside Gaming would be able to do something. However, Rue, is he going to get caught out? Supreme display of talent finds a 2. Can he get out of this? Flash over the wall. Blast codes back over. He is in the middle of the 3, and he will get slain. Rue just can't quite find the outplay. There's a good seismic shove, lands onto Stolen, but Stolen is a big...
They're actually just fighting back, even with the Baron. Actually, they're just gonna go towards mid, probably get that tier 2 tower. But now with the 5v4, they actually have a chance in this fight, and if Violet tries to keep going, I feel like Lakeside are definitely going to engage on this. They still have all their cooldowns up.
There you go, as Weevil's Wall did come to buy a bit of time, but that was just about it. The flash, they find the CC! Heimerdoodles will lose his precious mesh ice stacks, but he is down to 2. He hasn't lost them all, so it's not a complete slap in the face.
Yeah, but they're basically kind of just wasted this Baron. They had 2 solo picks off at basically intervals where it's gonna waste a humongous time of the Baron buff.
Pull of the Forge God coming through. Here comes the engaged Sand Unite onto Young Rose. Will disappear. But speaking of disappearing, Driggs gets taken down. Young Rose, where are you going? Out. Fighting, not going to be able to find a smoke, but here comes Rue as the Searing Charger forward. A lot of poke coming in as the Shadow Dash over, the Shadow Assault I should say, over the wall will buy enough time for Young Rose to escape, and it will just be the solo kill for Recon 5 Violet.
Yeah, but even with the jungler go down, that's just more time with the Precious Baron going down. They're going to try to push mid, but they're not going to be able to get that push in time. And again, their Talia went down, and the Kiana back, so they're going to have no responses. And only getting 1 tier 2 tower with the Baron, that's going to keep Lakeside in the game, basically.
But I want to go back to what you were saying in the drafting phase, Nalina, about the scaling aspect to this game, because Driggs 1-3 has not got that lead that he needed to, and he's just going to fall off so hard relative to the likes of Heimadul, to Rue, and to Faye.
Yes.
Oh, the shadow dash forward. Shen might have just sealed his own fate. Faye is unstoppable as Call of the Forge God comes through. Boom Hunter has already been taken down. They are looking for Driggs and the inner turret in the bot lane. So much damage coming through. The Baron buff is still present for Recon 5 Violet, and they will charge forward in the bot lane and look to crack open the base for the first time in the game. 25 minutes in, and the inhibitor turret is down. The focus now onto the inhibitor turret as Lakeside Gaming struggling to find a defense. And Recon 5 Violet, they will back and they will reset and come back again even stronger.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most ambitious taunts that I've seen. Trying to get a taunt, even if you get the Zaya, you only have the Sandra to follow up, and it's not gonna be even close to a kill. And with that kill, just basically lost the bot inhib, and that is going to be pretty disaster for the next Baron. That's going to be the lane opposite of Baron, which you're going to see a potential dragon fight.
Oh, the collapse coming through. Oh, the Ixtal Blade picking up the kill. Ixtal Blade, Edge of Ixtal, pardon me, as Faye. Oh, he sidestepped the Shadow Assault, and now he turns to Stolen. The outplay from the ADC. Stolen gets taken down. Young Rose will buy some time with the Selfa, but he will get deleted. 4 kills for nothing. Infernal Drake? Baron? We don't need that, say Recon 5, and they will keep on pushing. They turn to the bot lane. They might just about look for an end here. 20 seconds the death timer on Stolen and Young Rose. They go straight for the Nexus turret. Demolish is procced. The first Nexus turret will fall. Can they do it? 27 minutes in.
Yeah.
Do they risk throwing it? The Void Rush comes through, but he can't find the kill. Rue gets taken down so low. As that's a TP coming in, but it is
From
just
base.
a TP of a tilt from base, as you mentioned. Stolen will get taken down. The triple kill for Nalina. He is at full stacks. Medjai. It's the no, it's not the pentakill. Report Faye for kill stealing. Heimadoodle so close, but yet so far as Recon 5 Violet pick up game 1.
Yeah, and I think it just came down to the ease of execution. I thought they kind of played somewhat evenly, but I think it was just so much harder for the Rek'Sai to make anything happen in the early game against that comp, and it was hard for them to set up to try to get any kind of lead into Recon Violet and eventually into team fights. The Ornn ulti, the supreme display of talent from Kiana, and the Talia rooms just makes it almost impossible, looks like, the team fight. And so very well done from Violet. And I think maybe Lakeside is going to have to think a little bit about how they want to draft. At least try to get some lane of contention where they can probably gank or make a play out of.
Now, in the middle of that game, Nalina, I was thinking, do we do interviews after this? Because we do have back-to-back games, and apparently we will not be doing so. So we will be heading into a short break, and we will be right back with game 2 between Lakeside Gaming and Recon 5 Violet. Don't go anywhere. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for what is now the final game of the day. Recon 5 taking on Lakeside Gaming. And it seems that both teams were happy and will be staying on the same side. So Recon 5 over on the blue side and Lakeside Gaming on the red side. Nalina, Recon 5 took a fairly comfortable victory. It was all within their grasps after about 6 minutes in. Can we expect the same, or do you think Lakeside Gaming might have a couple of tricks up their sleeves?
I think they can make some adjustments. I think maybe potentially taking away the Morgana is an option, especially if we know that Violet is going to take that first pick 80k for Faye. So maybe taking away the Morgana to be able to kind of prevent Violet from going towards bot, and then maybe making something happen at bot side with the Morgana, and then maybe something more aggressive like Rek'Sai. If they want to pick Rek'Sai, maybe taking away Talia and Nidalee, because having just a range matchup against Rek'Sai is just extremely bad. I mean, Rek'Sai really wants a jungle matchup that's melee v melee. So I think there's some adjustments that Lakeside could definitely make to help improve the draft. Basically make it easier, because I think their comp, while they played okay, I think their comp was just way harder to execute against what Violet has. So we'll see if they can make those adjustments.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see whether we're going to get the Garen maybe sneak through this time, especially if Rue does want to play something like that Kiana once again.
Yeah, and I think maybe we'll see a Kiana ban later as we're going to go into bans. So Ashe is still going to be banned, Nidalee expect to be banned, Lee Sin. Yep. So similar bans so far.
Yeah, powering through the picks and bans to Caitlyn, Cassiopeia, so the Talia, Talia is Vanderway.
Yeah, so that does signal me that this could be maybe Morgana Rek'Sai here. I think that would make a decent. If Rek'Sai is their comfort pick, I think they should stick with their comfort. And now they've taken away the Talia, which means that potentially they're gonna have to show something different. No, they're gonna secure. This is what I'm curious about. They take Kaisa.
Oh,
interesting.
The
Morgana. There's no way Violet could have taken Kaisa in the next rotation, so I'm curious why they take it so early.
Yeah,
and all work out.
I wouldn't be too surprised if we see the Olaf coming through as well. It is something that Heimerdoodles can play, but interestingly, the supports have switched around. ADC is the same. Faye on the Xayah, Frodo Baguette's on the Kaisa, but the Karma for Swifter this time, and it is the counter pick into the Morgana as Vlad gets locked in.
A really early Vladimir pick. Obviously, it can be flexible to top and mid, so maybe that's what they're going to be going through. Most of the time, we've seen Vladimir top. But yeah, I mean, it's okay into Kaisa Morgana, being able to just kind of ignore Black Shield. And we're going to see the Kled counter. So the Kled is just going to go probably into the Vladimir lane and just be able to bully him out as much as possible.
Kled Vladimir in the top lane, or at least that's what it looks like for now. The Ornn band away, so Lakeside Gaming don't necessarily think that this is a Vladimir in the top lane, as it could be flexed into the mid lane. The Zoe banned once again against a young Rose, but we do still have that Kiana available, as is the Lissandra, which did come through. Pantheon gets banned once again. Recon 5 Violet have the final ban of the day.
Yeah, so if Kled's gonna be able to be flexed to both lanes, then Violet's gonna have to think about where they want to put the Vlad and ban. So a Zoe ban, that's actually interesting. Like, they're gonna pinch out mid laners. I think both of them can do okay in the Vlad, so maybe they're sending Vlad mid lane. I'd be quite curious. We also haven't seen any jungle bans. That's actually really surprising, considering jungle is usually the role that has a limited pool and no bans come at second rotation.
We've had 2 bans as Lakeside
Gaming.
I
mean like the second rotation. I mean, I guess Pantheon,
yeah, true.
But usually you would
and
try
Ornn technically.
I think
I'm-
Orange Jungle would be quite a travesty considering how low his movement speed is. We're gonna see a Rek'Sai
Yes,
right back
Jigs.
again. We're gonna see what Heimerdoodle answers with. There is still Kindred. Maybe Kindred's a good answer. Camille, wow.
Ooh. Camille and the Sejuani, the old duo. When I say old, I'm talking about a few patches ago, before the Sejuani did get nerfed. No
So now they can
Trundle.
just send Kled mid and then take a matchup with the Camille. What's a good matchup against Camille?
I want to see a Fiora, not gonna lie.
Fiora would be pretty interesting. I would definitely agree that I think Fiora would make a lot of sense. It could be tough against the
Ooh.
Sejuani. Akali makes sense too.
So it's a
I like
Kali
Akali,
mid
yeah,
then.
Akali.
Where's
Akali
Akali
doesn't
from?
really get ganked by Sedge, can have playmaker potential if they ever find time. I like Lakeside's draft a lot more playmaking in the early game, especially. Having so much early power in their top side to make plays, right? Kled, very strong laner, Akali an extremely strong laner, Rek'Sai an extremely strong early game jungler, especially compared to a Sejuani. So this is going to be interesting. I will say Violet does have pressure in the bot lane. They can't get ganked this time. Even though they've like switched lanes, I think the Karma lane will always be a little more vulnerable. And again, I don't know if they'll have kill threat with a low range AD carry like the Xayah with Karma, so I wouldn't necessarily say that they're going to get a huge advantage off of Violet. So that's probably going to be that's going to be probably something interesting for them to play. Obviously, they have Camille Sedge. It's going to be a really strong dive combo, but against the Kali, that might just be really tough to accomplish.
Yeah, and I want to kind of go back to this Recon 5 Violet draft, because once again, it feels like they do have the slightly better scaling with that Sejuani and the
Whoa.
Vladimir.
It's
But
going to be Kled top.
it is quite top. And
That is
what I
extremely
do
vulnerable.
what I do want to get into, Nalina, is going back to this Sedge pick. I just want you to kind of talk about why is Sejuani kind of a little bit more out of the meta now and just not as frequently picked?
Well, he did get a humongous nerf on her passive where she doesn't scale that damage anymore. I think per level it used to be. So that hurt her a lot in the mid game, which is kind of her strongest point. So usually we don't see her a lot now because one, a lot of other junglers got buffed like Lee Sin, and two, it's really about trying to get their early trades in lane, and with the Sejuani damage nerfs and just her overall tank nerfs that she's gotten over time. It's just been kind of hard, as well as the lanes that she's had to try to gank. Like Akali is, a terribly hard lane to gank. If you had to pick it into Vladimir, it's impossible. So we've been seeing a lot less priority on Sejuani, especially she's got to lose every 1v1 duel to a Lee Sin, to a Rek'Sai, to an Olaf. So it's still workable. I think it's still workable. I think they have the Camille combo is the most common combo, I think, usually with the Sejuani. So I think they can make it work. But she isn't at a point right now, especially with Morgana the Morgana Black Shield. That's gonna make his life even harder.
Yeah, and we saw in the first game between these two teams that the Karma counterpick didn't really work against the Morgana. We'll have to see whether Swift and Faye can make this lane work. Once again, no Recon. I don't really think you'd want to pick a Recon into a Morgana anyway. But I'm looking at this mid lane. Young Rose, can he find anything? And if we're looking at Young Rose, I guess we have to look at Driggs as well. Can he find any ganks onto Ruse Vladimir?
I think it's possible this time. Akali is, with switching the Akali and Kled, even though Kled is a lot more vulnerable, Akali is a very good lane into Vladimir. Has kill pressure almost at all times. Pool can stop like one combo, but then her ulti just gonna immediately evaporate him. So if he's able to bait out Pool early, the Rek'Sai can just come in and get a free gank off. So this is gonna be possible. It's a lot easier to work with than last game. but I think it probably is going to be the same story. I think Camille this game will be extremely strong as a split pusher, especially when Sejuani's around. So I think, especially, and also Vladimir late game damage, I don't think Lakeside really has any way to stop it. So I think it's going to be the same story where Lakeside is probably going to need to have a lead going into mid game, or at least stay even and then use their mid game power spike to win team fights. If they're behind, it's gonna be a hard game. I think the Vladimir is just gonna one shot the Kaisa, Morgana, and the Camille is just gonna be split pushing the entire game with really no one to answer for.
Yeah, the Camille Sejuani, the two-man powerhouse, as you could call it. The 2v2s are going to be very big in the top side of the map, but of course, Kled is so strong in the 1v1s, and Rek'Sai, great early game, could potentially turn the tables around. And so many places for both Heimaduels and Driggs to be focusing. Driggs we've already talked about.
We're gonna see a heal on Kaisa this time, so I wonder if they're gonna try to be aggressive in the lane, especially considering how I guess the opposite matchup. I guess if Swifter had an Ignite, they would have had more kills, so maybe using that same logic. But
Nalina, I love how we've entered this point in the meta that when we see heals on an ADC, we're like, he's taking heal here. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, we've seen so many TPs from every lane now that it's, I guess, surprising. Even the Ignite from Akali, I'm actually surprised he took Ignite. Well, it's against Vladimir.
Right.
Just not a...
Well, it is about time for us to enter a break. Don't worry though, we are not leaving you. We'll be right back with the final game of the day between Recon 5 Violet and Lakeside Gaming. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like we are ready to get underway here for game number 4 of the day. If you haven't already, do hit us up with a follow or a subscription. All the proceeds do go towards making the production even better.
The Invade's gonna
even more
hit.
fun. Invade coming in, a 5v, well, Not quite 5 yet because Akali might be a little bit late to the party, but Recon 5 are charging forward. Hookshot onto Drakes. Bear trap on a rope from behind, but the focus onto Drakes. Can they find the damage? They will find the CC, and they will find the first blood so early on. Rue will be able to back off, and now Recon 5 Violet will adjust back and have a quick reset. Heimerdoodles will be able to pick himself up. A nice little Stalker's Blade.
Yeah, well, Rek'Sai is not gonna probably beat the Sejuani 1v1 duels anymore, unfortunately. So that is one tool that they are probably gonna lose. That was weird. Interesting. I thought that Rek'Sai was gonna run towards his team, but he actually just ran kind of away from it. And so when the Kled Zaya Morgana, Kaisa, when the Kled Kaisa Morgana came out, we were just not together, and so it just came into a 4 split and then a 3 split trying to chase a Vladimir. So hugely in favor of Violet.
However, let's not be too negative about this, Nalina, because Black Dog does not have his flash anymore. So Driggs could look for the early gank in the top lane.
Yeah, so that is an option, but right now they have the top side pretty well warded, so he's probably gonna have to wait a little bit for that gank to happen. We'll see trades all around in mid and bot. I think Akali eventually, again, like we say, will eventually win these out and has major kill threat onto the Vladimirs. So we'll see what's gonna happen.
Driggs at his Krugs right now will make his way over to the Raptors and will get spotted out by that blue trinket that got placed at the level 1 invade. Heimerdoodle also know exactly where Driggs is. It's in the top lane. Kled will be dismounted from Skull. Cigar finding land. Oh, that is a great turn on to Frodo Baguette. The Catherine Rain will find a little bit of return damage, but a fantastic Soul Flare by Swifter finds so much damage onto Frodo, and then the Blade Caller.
Yeah, these two side lanes are not going well currently for Lakeside, so Rek'Sai is probably going to have to try to make something early happen to fix one of these two. We're going to see Heimer just potentially ganking on this top lane. Maybe a dive?
Here we go, hookshot in, we'll be able to find this mark. The stacks are coming through, Winter's Wrath and Arctic Assault. They find the CC. Kled will be dismounted once again. Crucially was able to get Skull up in that duel. Another Soul Flare will find its mark on Frodo Baguette. Dangerously low as Heimerdoodles will cancel the back, and oh, it's just a game of cat and mouse right now, but the cats will find the kill, and it will go over to Black Dog.
Alright, remember when they said they could potentially punish the Camille game? Well, now she's gonna be an item lead ahead, so even she could probably escape.
Also, this is Kleptomancy Camille as well, I should say.
Yeah, this is a very greedy, this is something we've seen a lot from Worlds, from Damn Ones, Nuguri. To Klepto into...
Nuguri just loves gold.
Yeah, he loves the coin build. We're gonna see a big trade happen bot lane.
Yes.
Ignite!
The good Dark Finding lands, a heal will come through, but the feathers are being dished out as Frodo Baguette finds the kill. Flash on the turret, Swifter can't find enough, and it will be Driggs picking up the second kill.
Yeah, as we mentioned, they had to make something happen in one of these silence to fix, and there we go, the bot lane. Now they have a lane to play through, as we're gonna see Kled
Doodles finds the stun onto Stolen, and it will be forced to flash over the wall for safety.
They have a 500 gold lead from the minions, their CS advantage, and now getting a huge kill on the bot lane that allows them again to repeat and potentially just be able to snowball this bot lane to victory now.
Yeah, and the first Drake of the game is an Infernal. Ooh. And with Frodo Baguette getting that kill, it could be Lakeside Gaming, who will have priority for a very important early Drake.
Yeah, and with this bot lane vision, the bot lane's gonna probably feel very safe now. is gonna be some tough times now for Recon Violet. They're gonna need to try to continue to make more top lane plays, but Rek'Sai is gonna be prepared as we see Black Dog getting really decent trades in the fight. Gonna be able to dismount him.
Now the pocket pistol will come out. Skull sent packing back to, I don't know, wherever skulls have come from.
Interesting. Sejuani is just going into bot jungle. I feel like this is a mistake because he should have known if bot side has if their bot side had priority, they could have vision on him. They could have looked for a mid lane gank, but they're ready and Rek'Sai's coming.
Yeah, and the 2v2 Recon 5 Violet do not want to take that one up. They know that Boom Hunter is missing and was on his way up through the river. And a wise call by R5 Violet.
Yeah, and if he didn't sweep the brush in front of him in that tri brush, I feel like that was just a big waste of time. He really needs to try to continue to get this top lane pushing. The bot lane has a decent item advantage. You know, Faye has to have basically go to call to just try to catch up later into the game. So we're gonna see some mid.
Here we go in the mid lane. There's a good shuriken flip to safety for Young Rose. He's going to use a perfect execution in. He might have killed himself. Rinter's Wrath will come through, but Driggs turns up to the rescue as Young Rose biting off a little bit more than he can chew.
I'm actually really curious what both of these junglers. I don't want to say like to flame them or what they're doing, but what are they really doing? I feel like they could be punishing the bot lane a lot more, potentially using the Akali a priority to just get a 4v2 dive on bot lane. Especially since Xayah doesn't have ulti yet, and neither of them have flash or heal. I think that's a big opportunity wasted. And then on the other side for Heimerdoodle, he's just sitting towards mid and bot trying to make plays, but these are huge lanes to kind of, not huge lanes, but hard lanes to gank. And with Camille ulti up, this is a kind of an opportunity wasted to just try to get a free kill onto the cliff.
Yeah, and Heimerdoodle making his way bot side now, so not going to look for that gank onto Stolen. Druid are now backing, and will pick himself up a Tiamat and a control ward.
Yeah, so not much is gonna happen. Neither gonna get punished for neither side is gonna get punished for their summoning use, so I guess just an even trade, I guess, there, and we're gonna see an Infernal Dragon start.
Yeah, the Infernal Drake 8 minutes into the game will get started up. However, Heimerdoodle is bot side. Will he go for the contest? Dark Binding will land onto the Karma. The Drake is secured and Heimerdoodle is forced out of the river with his tail between his legs.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good dragon to have, especially with their team having, I think all 5 of their users actually able to use that Infernal, so it's just a really efficient dragon for them. They're just gonna be trying to continue to snowball through their lanes.
Big Drake for Lakeside Gaming. They are 500 gold down though, as we're starting to see Heimerdoodles close up the CS deficit that he once had to Driggs. Was almost 20 at one stage early on. Now down to 13.
Having tons of issues and just getting through Klepto procs. This top lane is, even though they probably should have just gotten another kill on the Kled, Black Dog is snowballing this lane really well. So again, later in the game, they're gonna have to find a way to deal with Black Dog if they're gonna try to trade.
Well, as Stolen will be dismounted, we'll find a one auto attack with the pocket pistol, but that is it. And Black Dog will back for now. However, Heimerdoodles turning up to the fray. Will clear out a ward with Oracle Lens, and Stolen knows that is a signal for him to leave. However, he walks right into Heimerdoodle's hook shot forward. He remounts, but it's not quite enough. Will flash away to buy a bit of time, but there comes the cut with the Hextech ultimatum. Drake's trying to come in. There's a Void Rush. Drake's finds one in return, and it is a 1-for-1 as Young Rose turns up, but he's a bit too late to find a kill.
I think that lane is okay. That lane. I was about to say I was gonna be worried if Stolen's lane was gonna get pushed against, but no, it's actually gonna push for him, which is gonna be really good for him. Or else he would have probably lost out on that trade because he's gonna just lose more minions. And again, the Camille got the kill, not the Kled, so she's gonna be continuing to ramp up the items almost to a Triforce. Almost completed it. I think just missing the finished item.
Combination of gold still needed, which is only a 333 if I'm not mistaken. In the mid lane, or the perfect execution out from your Young Rose. Had to burn that one. As in the top lane, round 2. Heimerdoodles going in on Stolen, hook shot in, they find the CC with the Winter's Grasp, the Drake's now turning up.
Pretty sure they can win this.
Yeah. Kled has been dismounted, and now the collapse onto Rek'Sai potentially, who will just follow the tunnel to safety. Is
really surprised that Violet just ran away from that. I really think they could probably just... They knew that Rek'Sai ulti was down, so they probably could have just won the trade, and well, they might just get a Rift Herald instead.
Yeah, they will look straight to the Rift Herald. No red wards around Rift, but Heimerdoodles just going to stick on it as Black Dog hook shots into the pit. In the bot lane, D1 takes a little bit of poke damage, but did have the Black Shield available for him.
Yeah, and a really slow game right now. Not much plays happening across the map. Just some farming battles and a lot of trades. Nothing's much to happen.
Sure can flip in for Young Rose, but he will not be able to fully commit as the Sanguine Port is used from Rue. 12 minutes in this game, but Nalina, what do we need? Let's say if one is very tired and wants to see this game accelerate.
I think using Rift Herald top immediately would probably be the ideal. If we're gonna see a fight happen top.
Yeah, as a Kled potentially will get dismounted. The charge is coming through, a lot of damage with the pocket pistol. As the Pressy attack does get procced. And the Black Dog will be the one. Yeah, it's in the mid lane. Driggs is looking for the gank. Pool of the Sanguine Pool is available, but Driggs, can he find the knockup? No, he will not. Rue forced to burn the flash to safety.
I'm actually sort of surprised that Akali maybe could have flash ignited and ultied out to just finish the kill, but that's a good flash burn and again set up. This is what I kind of wanted to see from Driggs more, and could have sped up the game if you wanted Lakeside to kind of end it earlier. I think Heimerdoodles, I'm really surprised he just didn't use Rift Trail top to just continue snowballing the top lane and then threaten to dive. Especially if he potentially knew that.
Oh, look at the collapse setting up in the bot side of the map.
No Rek'Sai though.
Here we go. It'll just be a walk by. Heimerdoodles, it does turn up as well.
There goes that hype.
Yeah. 20 seconds until the turret plates do fall, and you'd have to think it'd be a massive waste of Rift Herald as Black Dog is aggressive. Hextech ultimatum in, and Kled cannot remount. Black Dog picking up the solo kill on the turret.
I gotta try to answer with a dragon, but this top lane is getting out of control. Black Dog is so far ahead, almost 2k gold by himself. It's gonna be a humongous split push pressure, and I'm not sure if they really have the champions to deal with it.
Yeah, Young Rose has almost completed his Hextech Gunblade, so he will have some big presence once that does get completed. Looking to find a little trader onto Rue, but we'll be able to find enough damage.
Yeah, so we're gonna see again a slow pace. I'm really surprised. Heimerdoodles actually just didn't use the Rift Trail before plates went down at all, so just gonna be saving that up maybe for mid tower, but I'm not sure what the amount of duration. See a mid lane trade.
You have to feel that he just wants to find a pick as the Hemo play coming out potentially a bit. Oh, so close.
It was down to
finding the kill.
HP. Oh my god. That was a close one, and that was a dodge a bullet from Young, but that's gonna give mid priority, and so we're gonna see Rift Shroud go down here towards mid lane to try to knock this down.
Shelly will get spawned now that Young Rose has been forced to recall as Black Dog just getting off yet another trade onto Stolen. Shelly will charge forward. No turret plates to be picked up. Here comes Boom Hunter, will land the Dark Binding. Here comes the charge as well. 4 members mid for Lakeside Gaming, but they won't be able to find the engaged. Better up on the road will be able to find his mark. Boom Hunter getting taken down very low. Black Dog is here. The Glacial Prison won't be able to find anyone. It's a flash away from Boom Hunter. Engage on the turret, as that is a Vladimir with a Sanguine Pool, not able to find anything. The mid lane outer turret getting taken down so low, and will finally fall as that's a hook shot forward. Black Dog kills himself, and the shutdown goes over to Frodo Baguettes.
That's a humongous kill, getting that to the Kaisa, and she's now 2-0-1, able to scale. Violet is still going to be going for this power. Oh my gosh.
Remote play coming out. Is it quite enough damage? Young Rose gets taken down fairly low. Rue will exit Protobell out of the turret range as he was taking a substantial amount of damage. His good sidestep from the bedrock on a rope fade. Can he find anything at all? Blade Caller not going to be able to find the CC. Killer Instinct not available just yet, but now Faye getting run down by Driggs. Sends out the Featherstorm. Blade Caller is a good Void Rush. Driggs finds the kill, and the Karma will follow suit. And all of a sudden, Lakeside Gaming looking like they are in control of the game. They are still 2k gold down, and there aren't any objectives for them to really sink their teeth into.
Yeah, but going into this mid game, they're gonna have. They're still behind, but they're not too far behind that they can't win these fights, especially with a 3-kill Rek'Sai and a 3-kill Kaisa now. They're going to be extremely powerful carries that can really win these team fights for them. So, and again, they have an Infernal and a Mountain Dragon. That is going to be really decent Baron pressure. So, gonna see if Violet can turn it around, because Lakeside, they're looking good setting up the mid game. We still have Black Dog though. It's a humongous lead towards top.
Yeah. He has got the Triforce relative to Stolen's Kindle Gem. Yeah. Well, whatever Triforce minus Kindle Gem is.
He is 2.1k ahead. That's a goal lead if I say it. I mean, it might just come down to a point where Kali. Oh
no, the engage coming through onto the Vlad. The Sanguine Pool will follow, but the Sejuani to the rescue. Boom Hunter will turn up. Not quite enough damage from the Hemoplague as Young Rose goes once again rather low.
Yeah, so close on 2 of these Akali kills, and just quite not enough. As Black Dog again.
Stolen will get engaged upon, but it is just going to be a short trade for now as the tactical sweep finds a little bit more poke damage.
I'm just gonna let him slow push the entire game for free and no answers, because this is gonna happen. Black Dog's just eventually just gonna completely out pressure the quest. This is gonna be a losing battle for Lakeside. They're gonna need some sort of answer, maybe. Again, like I previously said, maybe sending the Akali eventually when he gets Seekers, because they need a solution to this, because they're just kind of letting Black Dog have free reign over the top lane.
Oh, the Demolished procs get stacked up, the charge away from Stolen, who will get him out of range of Black Dog. It will just be the turret going over to Recon 5 as the Shuriken flip back in from Young Rose. The Sanguine Pool will prevent any further engage.
It seems like Dragon is going to be the next point of contention. An extremely strong Camille. Oh, no.
Good CC using the focused Inspire to, using the Q to break the shield so that the focused Inspire could find the CC onto the Morgana. Now the focus on the Cloud Drake, it will be the first Elemental Drake, yeah. First Elemental Drake picked up by Recon 5 Violet, but the TP coming in. Straight focus onto Stolen. Is it enough damage? He gets taken out fairly low, but not quite low enough. Glacial Prison finds its mark, and the Rek'Sai will get deleted as a Dark Binding lands on to Black Dog, but they keep on pushing forward. They'll find another kill onto Boo Hunter. Faye picking that one up.
I feel like they didn't want to take a flank with the Kled. The Kled is extremely weak right now. Flanking with a 5k net worth Kled.
Potentially the turn.
Yeah, but flanking with a Kled that's that weak is so useless. I think you just rather have the Kled TP to the team to just get the Kled ulti there, because eventually once they had to try to save him, they were just kind of just going in one by one. Boom was not even close to the fight, so he couldn't black shield the target, whoever the Sejuani is going after, and just ends up in disaster. I feel like they should have been able to contest the dragon. Their mid game is really strong, but just some flubbles in their positioning and macro, unfortunately.
Yeah, 20 minutes in, or I should say 21 minutes in, and Baron is up on the cards. We saw a bit of a delay in the previous game before either team... Wait, hang on, what am I talking about? I believe Baron was taken fairly quickly last game. However, 6 kills to 6.
Oh, Rexide's coming.
Rek'Sai is indeed coming, but the hook shot to safety from Black Dog will...
I mean, even then, they're
him
stopping
alive.
at least Black Dog from just pressuring towers for free and getting all the advantages. That's kind of just what they really need, and especially since Kled, I don't think he's gonna get one shot at least from Vladimir right now. Can just survive.
You'd
and just
hope
start
not.
back.
So we've entered a bit of a slow period of the game. Haven't been any kills for a while now, but...
Four-man setup to top tower.
Yeah, as Lakeside Gaming looking to potentially catch someone out with a bit of a death brush, and Swifter might be the run to run into said death brush, and he will get deleted. However, TP coming in from behind from Rue. Here is the flank. Oh, the Glacial Prison will be stopped by the Black Shield. Here comes the full engage. Zonya's going to get burnt by Rue, but Rue will get burnt back down. And Young Rose picks up the kill, as it's 2 kills for nothing.
And Kled's going to be able to get the tower, I think, for bot lane. That's a huge swing of...
Oh, a good blast cone over. However, Driggs once again can escape, tunneling out at the perfect moment.
Yeah, so Kled, you're just going to be able to get a free tower bot. They're going to get the tower top and 2 kills on their carries. That's a really significant turnaround. A really good job by Lakeside. Just be able to get mid priority pushed so that Violet couldn't answer with anything once they pushed to top tower, and then rotating 4 members over there. That was extremely smart and really well done. And now they're right back in it in this mid game. And again, their mid game is really strong. And once the Kaisa gets that meta game, they're gonna win these fights. We're gonna see Baron start.
Baron is started down to 10,000 HP, but it will just be disengaged from now. And we do have another Infernal coming up. If Lakeside Gaming can get a second Infernal, whatever scaling might have been on either side, it kind of gets blown out of the water by that point, and Lakeside will be looking really strong for the late game.
Yeah, at least be able to kind of extend that mid-game spike that they're gonna have. This is gonna be interesting. So they've sent the Akali back to top. Unfortunately, it doesn't have TP for the fight, so I guess sort of makes sense. But I feel like they really need the Akali to kind of answer the Camille like we saw last time to just prevent that kill threat. But no, they're gonna go back to the Kled to answer, and gonna be Black Dog probably just pressuring the tower again, as we're gonna just see
here we go with the hook shot in. Stolen though will back off for
now.
Too
Many people rotated. They're gonna start Baron.
Baron's going to get started, and with Sejuani in the bot side of the map, this is the perfect moment for Lakeside Gaming just to commit to the Baron here.
The Mountain and Kaisa. They're gonna be too late.
It might just be too late. Young Rose goes in. He's surely going to take down Faye, and he will do so with ease. Going into the back line, Young Rose will get taken down. Flash away from Swifter. The Ignite ticks down. It's not quite enough to take him down, but it is so big from the side of Lakeside Gaming, who find it 2 kills for 1, and they pick up the Baron, and now they can turn their attention to the second Infernal break of the game.
Yeah, crucial mistake, not respecting the Mountain Dragon, Infernal Drag, Baron potential from Lakeside, and now it's gonna be again a humongous swing. Gotta get the Baron, gotta get 2 kills, and the Infernal Dragon, and the mid tower. This is looking really good now for Lakeside.
Yeah, Lakeside looking in a fantastic position right now. And the Infernal Drake will be secured and they will reset before looking to push again. We've got a Mountain Drake coming up in 4 minutes and 40 seconds, so we will not be seeing a 6th Elemental Drake this game. That Mountain Drake will be the final Drake, but a lot of siege potential for whoever can pick that one up.
Okay, he's gonna see Akali just in time, but I think Black Dog was actually gonna go for it if he didn't see the Akali, which could have been disaster, but I like what they're gonna do. They're gonna send the Akali to split push. I think she's extremely strong, and I think potentially could beat out Black Dog in a 1v1 right now, just with her champion. So this is gonna be interesting. I do want to see Lakeside start pushing with the rest of the timer they have on to Baron to try to get to tier 2s, but it looks like the waves just aren't set yet.
You have to think that if we had this exact same situation, but instead of 2 Infernals, it was 2 Clouds. Oh, here comes the collapse onto the Akali. They find the damage. Young Rose gets deleted. Well, the rest of the team are top side for Lakeside Gaming, but as I was saying, you'd have to feel that if these weren't 2 Infernals, but 2 Oceans or 2 Cloud Drakes for Lakeside Gaming, then all of a sudden it would look like Recon 5 Violet have a great chance in this late game when the Sejuani really starts to shine, as well as the Vladimir.
Yeah, I think still with 2 Infernals, I think Violet will still win the fights. The Vladimir is there again. There's still no threat to Vladimir when if he plays it correctly. To just blow up the Kaisa, to basically negate the forward kill Kaisa just straight up in there. And I think also later, I don't think there's anything that can really stop Black Dog. I don't think Akali late game is gonna stop Black Dog from just split pushing the game out or the Kled. So I still think it's gonna be tough in the super late game. I think Infernal again will stall it out, but we're gonna probably have to see Lakeside wait for the next Baron. They kind of just messed it up by getting picked off with the Akali, as immediately gets the stopwatch to try to survive the next one. Pretty smart there, so we'll probably see. It's gonna be an even goal game, but I think Lakeside has the momentum, so we'll see how this plays out.
Lakeside most certainly do have the momentum. The gold has evened out.
They control this bot side. It's gonna be hard. Violet's gonna come in to contest, and well, they're actually just not gonna contest. They're actually gonna send the Rek'Sai to the Vladimir lane. All right. So that probably means not much is gonna happen. Although now it looks like there's gonna be TP.
Here we go, the engage coming through in the bot lane. Rue will get focused on by Stolen, but here we go, the Vladimir in the backline. The Glacial Prison will land, Akali is out. Boom Hunter will be sacrificed like a chicken. I don't know what on earth that means, however, Driggs turning up. Can he find the damage with the Praise Seeker? Void Rush surely to follow, but he can't find the damage. The GA will get burned. It's been a 1-for-1 so far. Stolen will fall, Driggs will fall, and just as you said, Nalinar, it's only a matter of time, and potentially that time is now. Recon 5, they find the fight they need, 3 kills for 1, and now they are the ones pushing. Look at Young Rosa looking for the potential flank. Can he find the fight that Lakeside Gaming need?
They don't have a way to just jump except there's just Akali, right? So it's gonna be a little bit difficult, and Black Dog is gonna zone him off.
Here we go, the Hextech Ultimatum will find his mark. The Twilight Shroud isn't going to be able to do enough. Out comes the Feather Storm, and that's the Akali to the backline. It's 2 kills for Lakeside Gaming, and Young Rose steps up when Lakeside Gaming need him most. The inhibitor will stay standing, and with a Baron up in 30 seconds, with a Mountain Drake up in 10 seconds. Lakeside Gaming find the fight when the objectives are available, and this might be exactly what they need to find themselves enough of a siege potential.
Yeah, and Lakeside is gonna go for Dragon. Are they really gonna try to get Dragon and Baron? I feel like if they're just on top of Baron with Vladimir, with no TP and Zaya, they could just probably take it for free. But I think there's two things to know from that play that we that we never got to talk about. First, the initial engage was great by Violet, but I think it was a very poor response by Lakeside. They had mid lane pushing with the Rek'Sai. They had a free top tower with the Akali. You knew once the TPs came, there was no way you're gonna run from all the way across the map with your Kali and Rek'Sai to try to save that fight. And I think they could have gotten maybe an inhib tower or maybe like 3 towers in total if they just kept pushing. However, Violet on that bot inhib just went way too aggressive to try to get. I think trying to turn on the Akali when you saw she had stopwatch was a huge mistake. Just get the inhib, let the Camille just 1v1 the Akali and zone her off so that you can just get the inhib and just run out. You can now see a Baron dance here.
The Baron dance will be commencing. Gold perfectly poised, but it is 4 elemental drakes to 1, and those 2 infernal drakes, as you mentioned, Nalin, are just prolong Lakeside Gaming's, strong mid game, as the Dark Binding will land on to the Zaya. They will just be content for now. We wait it out. Baron getting stalled upon. We just wait for the Vision Dance to end, for someone to run out of wards and have you back. And then we can start all over once again.
Yeah, and I wonder if this whole Baron, not taking the Baron as soon as they saw that the timers were gonna be desynced, could potentially cost them. I think with just a single Mountain and Kaisa, they probably could have just taken it, but now they're gonna have to go for just a straight fight to try to get this. So they're gonna try to get Baron control.
Lakeside push forward, but I am looking to Black Dog. He has the TP available. He can look.
Not pushing though. He's just pushing on mid.
He is only pushing in mid now, but he can rotate. There's an open inhibitor in the bot lane, Nalina. You'd have to think that Recon 5 Violets, or more specifically, Black Dog's eyes will be lighting up. We know he wants to split push. He has the Ravenous Hydra, the Sterak's Gauge, the Triforce. He's so strong right now. 4 and 1 on the Camille. As once again, Lakeside Gaming, they turn. Here we go.
Come on.
Black Dog is a bot side. Does he have a ward to TP to? Here we go. The TP coming in. Oh, the Glacial Prison going to be able to find his mark onto Bumata. Looking to try to come in from the backline. Redemption will land. Black Dog taking a lot of damage and he'll get shut down. Young Rose with a perfect execution out. And that is a tunnel away. Driggs will be able to survive. It's just the 1 kill for Lakeside Gaming. They take down Black Dog. And so many members are so low from Lakeside Gaming, and if it was just a matter of how much HP had been taken, Recon 5 would have come out on top. But as it stands, all of the damage from Lakeside Gaming was able to land onto Black Dog. So it means
that's huge. No TP now. Dead for 20 seconds. I felt like if they were faster, again, they recall and don't go straight for they have a man advantage with no TP, but just decide not to go for it.
And now you have a really risky and difficult situation for Recon 5 Violet, because the next time they posture around Baron, the next time they look to clear some vision, Lakeside Gaming can instantly switch over to the Elder, which is up in just over a minute, and that Elder may be more powerful than a Baron. It's a 4 Drake Elder, and it's a double Infernal Elder as well.
Yeah, as we're now see, again, the same setup. They're going to be able to get river control, and now they're going to have the Colette split pushing to a Vladimir. I'm really... Okay, nothing much is gonna happen. I was really curious what was gonna happen with what happened with the Vladimir last fight, because it felt like he was just completely isolated in front of the carry. Should have just been able to completely blow them up, but nothing came out of it, and just basically didn't get to finish any of the kills.
And the only grievous wounds for the side of Lakeside Gaming is on Young Rose with that Morellenomicon. There are no executioners coming. Here we go. The TP getting channeled in from the Vladimir. 7,000 HP on the Baron, but the Zaya is nowhere nearby. This is a 4v4. Make it a 5v4 for for the Baron as Lakeside Gaming will secure Baron Ruru. He picks up 1 kill. Can he find more? Redemption comes out. He finds another one. Void Rush is nowhere near enough as a Hexic Ultimatum will get channeled. Stolen tries to find the counterplay. He'll find something, but Faye dishing out the feathers will get taken down. It's an ace for 3. Lakeside Gaming find the fight they need, and to have 2 members with the Baron, they could possibly take Elder with these 2 members, but they will just push mid for now. 14 seconds until Heimerdoodles is back up, but Swifter will be up as well, and Lakeside Gaming, they pick up Baron, but that is going to be it. They'll push in this bot side wave, but they will have to reset and regroup as 5.
Vladimir just one-shot the 7-0 Kaisens. Like we talked about, when the Vladimir's just alone on top of the carry, they have no way to deal with it, but it just wasn't enough. They were really strong with the double frontal. The Akali was basically untouched towards the back, and the Kled be able to get a flank off to kind of zone off Recon Violet to make it a split fight, and now we're gonna see the Elder come up, and I think this is gonna just be free.
The Elder Drake is here. Recon 5 Violet may have used all of their resources on the Baron. Can they contest for the Elder? You'd have to think not. They might give it a shot. No, they won't. Elder has been taken fairly comfortably, and we now have, what, a 2-3 minute window where Recon 5 Violet, they somehow have to last. They somehow have to keep their base standing. If they can survive this with all of their inhibitors, that would be a job well done. Surviving with all of their inhibitor turrets, practically impossible as the first of the minion waves come to siege down in the bot lane. Glacial Prism misses his mark, but it finds a slow Vladimir looking to get in to the back line. Can't find enough. Redemption will barely do anything. They find the shutdown onto Driggs. It's a good blade caller. They find the CC onto Boom Hunter. They burn through Boom Hunter. Faye picking up the kill, and that is 1 less member with the Baron buff here. Nalinar.
How?
Actually, sorry. No, it's the same. Sorry, Driggs never had it. It was Stolen and Young Rose. I do apologize. But Lakeside Gaming, they find the 5v fight against all odds, against what essentially is a quadruple infernal. Lakeside Gaming, they had the Elder Drake on all members, but yet they lost the fight. And you go back to that fight around Baron. Maybe the only reason Lakeside Gaming were able to win that was because it took so long for Fade to turn up. He was all the way back at base when the fight was about to break out.
I'm confused how they won that. They had Kled ulti still up, Akali ulti still up, Kaisa could have gone in. They were so passive with their dragon, and basically just let them engage on the Rex side and kill the Morgana. Free as
Elder buff is actually Elder Drake is actually a debuff Nalinar because people are too scared to play aggressive when they have it.
Yeah, apparently, just, you know, whenever you get Elder, you just go into the Elder team and you can win.
It's the opposite of the Yasuo syndrome. Oh, that is a great Glacial Prison. Frodo Baguettes might be getting deleted. The TP will come through. Rue taking a lot of damage though. Won't get hit by the Dark Binding, but is forced to use the Zhonya's and will be able to escape as the rest of the team with them. No kills, but the GA has been popped for Frodo Baguettes. Sorry, no, it was the Zhonya's. The GA didn't get popped.
I think it's just gonna be another stall though till basically Baron spawns. So we're gonna see 2 spectral kills from Faye and Rue. Interesting. So that Faye is gonna build. What with that? Okay, so he's gonna not go for the full damage item. I think Rue's gonna go Spirit Visage, but interesting. I don't know if it's worth it because I think Vladimir should really just look to just one-shot the backline with just full AP, and I think Faye needs to do as much damage as possible, just kill the Akali and Rek'Sai as fast as possible, but interesting
we have
choices.
we have got to that stage where we are starting to see some of the full builds coming through. Frodo Baguette is full build now. However, interestingly, Faye is actually going to go for the Spirit Visage as his final item, just to
I hate it.
counter that damage from Young Rose.
I mean, I can understand it. Frodo is building AP, and Akali is just one-shotting him, but
Would Hexfring not be a better shout?
it doesn't scale with PD. I think he should just trust his team with Locket and Knight's Vow to just one-shot the Akali when he comes
Hello.
over. Yo, Harkon. Alright, we'll just stun the Sejuani. But again, bot lane. Camille.
Here we go, Camille trying to find the split push. Maybe this time it is in Recon 5's favor, as Black Dog just pushing
coming
in.
though.
Yeah, Cardi is going to be turning up. Black Dog, can he back up in time? Trying to find the damage onto the inhibitor. Can he find the outplay onto Stolen? I think Stolen might be able to do it by himself. The pocket pistol coming out. It's a good hookshot safety. Flashes, but here comes the flash engage from Young Rose. Baron has been started though. Young Rose finds the kill. Doesn't have TP. Neither does Stolen. 4,000 HP down on Baron. Here comes the Rek'Sai. Can he do it? He finds the steal. Are you kidding me? 40 minutes into the game, and it will be prolonged. Frodo Baguette flashes out. Will be able to stay alive. And now with the Elder Drake coming up in a minute. Black Dog, 40 seconds on the death timer. Lakeside Gaming will not be able to pick up the second Elder Drake. They steal, pardon me, the third Baron. 2 levels up on Heimerdoodles was Driggs, and it just made it that much more difficult for Recon 5 Violet to be able to contest. Fantastically done by Lakeside Gaming. They find the pick onto Black Dog in the side lane, and they find the Baron steal as well.
Alright, well that went perfectly well for Lakeside, but again, they're not going to be able to use it because Elder's going to spawn, and that's just going to be the next point of contention. It's really going to come down to this fight. If they get second Elder, I think it's just going to be game over.
Such a closely matched game. The second Elder of the
Kled.
game. Here we go, the focus coming straight onto Kled. The Hextech ultimatum will follow through. Kled getting burnt down. The GA will get popped, but the Elder is getting taken. Redemption to keep Kled alive for longer. Stolen will get taken down. Elder is still up. Elder has been secured, and now potentially the collapse to come through. Is there any way for Recon 5 to do this? They've won a 5v5 against the Elder Baron of the first time round. Could they do it second time? GA has been popped. Is the Camille will get sacrificed, will get taken down. Young Rose burns the Zonias. Baru, can he find the outplay? No, he cannot. Featherstorm comes through. He finds the Blade Core, but look at the Akali falling in. Finds the kill. Redemption will come through. It's not enough. Lakeside Gaming are burning through Recon 5. Sejuani runs for his life, but will get taken down. It's the ace for 1. And this time round, Lakeside Gaming come out huge 30-second death timers. This surely has to be game here, Nalina. All 4 members of Lakeside Gaming are bot side. They will push through. Recon 5 picked up game 1, but Lakeside Gaming storm back, and they will take game 2 and keep their position as a top of Group A.
Very well done. It was a heavily contested game, but Lakeside with the clutch plays at the end, getting the kill on the Black Dog at bot, getting that Baron steal at the same time to be able to set up the Elder with extra stats and power, and the Akali just really went off, and just being able to basically just use eventually the Elder power to just snowball that game to a victory.
Okay. Are we doing MVP? Okay, we are. And are we doing it from this game or the first game? Or both? Okay, so Nalina, MVP, who do we give it over to?
Ooh. I think just at the very end, I think it was gonna be between how do you say it? Driggs? Is that
Driggs? Yeah.
Driggs or
Okay.
Frodo, but I think that Baron Steel is going to take it for Driggs. I think he
See, you give it to Driggs. Now, I'm not going to change the MVP vote, but I'm just going to put it out there. For me, MVP has to be to Young Rose. For that flank that he made in the bot side, it stopped Recon 5 when they had momentum on their side. And then so many picks in the fights that just stopped Recon 5 from finding fights in their favor. You know, forcing Faye to build something like a Spirit Visage and going away from, you know, the 100% crit build.
I will say that, but I think Driggs in the early game saved
True.
them a lot with that double kill bot. Was able to kind of just control the tempo, kind of stall out top lane, and eventually just staying consistent as a damage, one-shotting Faye in one of the early mid fights and getting that Baron Steel, I think just takes the cake for me.
And you have to think as well, Drake stayed relevant for so long in the game. However, I'm going to go ahead and drag him over. Okay, Nick's already done that. Hey, Driggs, how you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Right. Are you ready for the world-famous, coveted ABL interview?
I mean, as long as I don't mess it up like my other teammate did.
Right. Nalina, take us away.
Yeah, okay, I want to start maybe with just a little bit of the draft because you did draft Rek'Sai 2 games, and I don't know exactly your guys' champion pools. Is that just a comfort pick? And then when you saw maybe the Talia answer, did you just think to just ban it out and they had no other counters to it?
Yeah, so the first game, we picked the Rek'Sai just as a comfort pick, and then the Talia, I think part of it was just that she got kind of fed just spam ganking in it, and then we also realized that if I want to go Rek'Sai, we can't leave the Talia open, because if I'm going to tunnel in, I'm just going to go over all of her E's and just die to it. But then the second game, we picked the Rek'Sai, just a blind pick, and I think after that, after we took Talia out, most of the matchups were fine. And then after they picked Sejuani, like this, I really liked the Rek'Sai and the Sejuani matchup, so I was really happy with that one.
Okay, cool. So would you say then mostly when you were maybe transitioning over from game 1 to game 2 that you were guys like game 1 was maybe mostly just a potential draft issues that you just kind of came around and would just continue to be confident in game 2?
Yeah, I think the first game we were just kind of we talked about it after, we were playing too passive for just like the lead we had. So this game we came in and wanted to, I guess, up the like tempo, basically is how we talk about it. Just like make 4 plays rather than just kind of power farm for a bit. Yeah.
How was your team feeling when you were kind of going for the 4v3 Baron Steel at the very end?
Well, I was like my support and I were talking, and he was just telling me he can black shield me, just tell me when. And so I saw my Fury was going down, so I just thought I needed to go in at some point. And I think I even smited early, but I was just trying to get it with my E, and then that's what happened, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, and that was the big turning point for you guys, right? Yeah, so that was a really, really good Baron Steel. Very well done. So looking back right into kind of the overall picture for you guys in the group, obviously you guys still have, I think, First Blood Marauders to still play, I think. Yeah.
And now you're still sitting at the top of the group. I don't know when you guys play them, but what are you guys going to be looking to do during that time to prepare and try to keep that first place spot?
I think we were talking about it, and then I think one thing is we're gonna look over just both of these games just to see, especially the first game, what it was that got us to fall or led us to fall behind, and then the second game, maybe just how some of the fights we had were not the best from us, so just looking at how we could have played those better.
Yeah.
Any shout out, Drakes?
My coach said I need to shout out him, so shout out to Moodles. And I would
Wait,
shout
wait,
out my
sorry,
mid lane.
what's his name again?
Moodles.
Wow, okay. That is
Oh,
fantastic, mate.
you're judging us.
I would shout out my mid laner, but last time he said I didn't give him the cannon, but he didn't even get it, so he's just trolling.
Alright then, well, thank you very much for joining us for this interview, and best of luck in your final group games against First Blood, and I'm sure for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.
Alright guys, well, it turned out to be a 1-1 between Lakeside Gaming and Recon 5 Violet. And it's going to be Lakeside Gaming who are now 3-1 in the standings. Recon 5 Violet 2-2. We still got a possibility of a 3-way tie in Group A, and a lot can happen. For myself and Nalinar, thank you very much for watching. Stay tilt-proof on the Rift, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Good night.